guys, I'm out here in LA and I got a new product today. As you know, LA is film central, so went to a camera store and got this Polaroid multi-coated variable range neutral density filter. Camera equipment always has such long names, not sure why. Anyways, this is a 58mm. It goes on my Canon 18-55 kit lens. I got it for that lens just because I'm thinking the only reason I'd ever the main areas I'd use that lens is outside anyways, because it already has the lower, wow, it's really windy, because it already has the higher f-stop. So I thought might as well get this because I was out here shooting and it's really hard to get some nice shots with the bright sun because you have to stop the camera down so much. So let's go over this Polaroid filter. So it comes in a pretty handy case right here. This cost me about 40 bucks, which is a lot cheaper than the Fader ND Mark II or the Genius one, which came out to like 150 or so, and the Fader's like 120. Some people, actually I'm just going to go over pros first. So the pros of this is obviously the price is the main thing. Secondly, it gives you a huge range. It basically has 6 filters within it. You have ND 3, 6, 9, 16, 32, and 400, I think. If I recited those all correctly, that's awesome. I'm impressed with myself. Anyways, so that's a pro. It has a huge amount of range, and that way you can not have to deal with like a ton of different filters that you have to keep screwing and unscrewing. Another pro is it has these markings here from minimum all the way to maximum, which really helps. These kind of like graduated rectangles. So that's really effective, and it helps you dial in the correct exposure. So I'm going to show you a shot here. This is an f3.5 shot, and it's way overexposed, but what this Fader ND allows you to do is you can screw it on and dial in the correct exposure. And at the f-stop 3.5 on your camera, with the ND on there, you can actually still get a really shallow depth of field, or else you'll have to have like f22, like this shot, where everything is in focus, or you don't have very much effect on where the focus is at f22. But now you can screw on the ND and then stop down the camera all the way to f5.6 or 3.5, 5.6 in this example. That's a lot of numbers. Anyways, so those are the pros, and I just think it's going to come into a lot of use outside and in the sun. Some of the cons though. So the cons are the construction is probably not as great as the Fader ND Mark II or the Genius one. But you know, if you're low budget, this works pretty well. And one thing I did notice that I don't like is if you even barely touch it with your fingers, you may get a little like oil mark on the ND, which is not a good thing. I don't like that. Also, a negative is that this little arrow here on the edge, it's helpful, but whenever I screw this onto my camera, the arrow always ends up on the bottom of the camera, which is kind of a pain because you can't see where you're marked at for your ND. But what I do instead is I just dial it in until my metering on my DSLR says that it's properly exposed, and then I'm ready to roll. The ring can turn a full 360 degrees, but I would recommend just staying within the min and max, because you'll notice as you go past minimum, it gets dark and then bright and then dark, and it's just kind of confusing. So just stay in the min and max, and that'll give you your range of ND. If you do go a little bit past min and keep going until after it gets dark, it actually gets brighter right before the maximum point, which is kind of interesting, but that's just how it works, I guess. So yeah, Again, this is the Polaroid HD multi-coated variable density, variable range neutral density filter from Polaroid. At 40 bucks, this is a great buy. I do recommend it, and it'll help you in outdoor situations. So please subscribe, leave a comment below what you think, what ND filter do you use. One thing people always say about fader NDs is that it adds like a kind of like a color or hue to the image, but I didn't really notice that. If you guys notice that, let me know. We can talk about it. So there you go. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. I'm gonna probably get a lot of equipment soon, so I'll probably do a bunch of product reviews on that, and be looking for that. And then I'll see you back in Seattle probably. For now, I'm gonna enjoy LA. Beautiful day. If you're out here, let me know. We can meet up and talk cameras. Alright, see ya.